Hi, this is Mariana, the Soul Healer. Thank you for joining me today. If you have been in a relationship with a narcissist and you feel worthless, guilty, and doubting your ability to make a decision, these are some of the devastating effects of a narcissistic abuse syndrome, and that can leave you feeling trapped, helpless, and depressed. So today we'll talk about the narcissistic abuse syndrome. If you have any question or a subject you are interested in, please leave it in a comment bar and I will consider it. Narcissistic victim syndrome is a common term that describes the specific and severe effects of a narcissistic abuse. While it is not recognized as a mental health condition, many experts acknowledge narcissistic abuse can have a serious and long-lasting impact on emotional health. Victims of a narcissistic abuse have been reported to experience symptoms similar to post-traumatic stress syndrome. Symptoms like unwanted thoughts, flashback, avoidance, feelings of loneliness, isolation, panic attack, and feeling extremely alert. Being placed in a similar situation might trigger the victim physically and emotionally. To know if you suffer from a narcissistic abuse syndrome, see if you have any of the following symptoms. Fear. As a human being, you tend to avoid things that remind you of terrible things from the past, from the time you've been in a relation, in the abusive relation. Sense of mistrust. Having the bad experience, you start to be afraid that anyone can hurt you. As a protecting mechanism, you begin to mistrust others and their intention. Self-isolation. Although abusers, they tend to isolate their victims, you tend to self-isolate because you feel ashamed for being abused. You are ashamed for what people say about you, and that will make you isolate yourself, thinking that that will protect you from people hurting you. Loss of self-worth. As a result of your abuser, verbal abuse, insulting, using nicknames, bad words, you tend to lose your self-worth. The abuser tends to always compare you to other people to destroy your self-worth. This lowers your self-esteem and sometimes results in a self-sabotage. Loneliness. You feel alone. You start to feel that you have nobody. When there is no communication with your narcissistic partner because they will not listen to you, or oftenly they will give you a silent treatment, it can leave you feeling isolated, causing vulnerability to emotional manipulation. Panic. Some people respond differently to abuse and trauma, sometimes by running from the situation, but some other people, they are facing their abusive partner. Panic often involves distracting yourself from the abuse in an attempt to minimize its intensity by numbing some of the pain and distress you are experiencing. Difficulty in making decisions. Constant criticism and evaluation make you lose your value and self-confidence. Narcissistic abuse involves frequently situations such as you can't do anything right, your decision always wrong, you never do the right thing. Narcissists, they have difficulty taking responsibility for their destructive behavior or negative action. Instead, they always throw or find someone to throw the blame on them. Moreover, every time something goes wrong in the other area of your life, you may struggle to accept that you are not the cause of the problem. It's not your fault, and it will take some time till you start to trust yourself. Narcissistic abuse, such as domestic violence, is very traumatic, often causing serious health problems for the victim. It can even affect mental health, especially when the situation will last for a long time. It is possible to leave the relationship, but not to be aware of the impact, and if you don't give time for your healing, you may enter into another relation, toxic or abusive. This behavior should not be accepted, but if you are not aware, you think it's normal or that it is your fault, there can be many causes. But what you should do when you are out of the relationship is you have to give time to yourself, time to know and understand what you went through. However, you deserve to be happy. And to do this, you need help. You need help to get over the trauma and the abuse you're facing. The best way always, do a therapy and work with a specialist. Why to stay in pain or believe that you don't deserve to be happy? Get back and reconnect with yourself. Shift your focus on yourself and cultivate practice of self-love. Allow the full healing process. Will take time, but take small steps every day. Working on yourself, it's very important. Some people manage to get over the narcissistic abuse with the support of family and friends, but it is advisable to work with a specialist. I hope this subject will be of help for those who have been in a toxic relationship. If you found the subject valuable or helpful, don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post something new. Thank you for being with me today. Till our next meeting, I love you with my heart and I hug you with my soul. Bye.